bearing right to 255.
255I.
Dominion Watchdog, over.
Right 20 rudder, take course 255.
Bridge control, over.
Very exciting to be on the Arleigh Burke, the first destroyer in the class. Arleigh Burke was a great man. He's one of the longest serving CNOs, and he did a lot for the U.S. Navy, and I think this ship serves him well in all the things that it has accomplished.
I mean, this is the great ship. I really like the history with this. I like the crew. There's a lot of camaraderie. There's a lot of history that goes with this ship. So a lot of pride that everyone on this crew, every person on this crew takes with them day in, day out.
And it has stood the line for the last 25 years, defending America and its allies, and also fighting when necessary.
What it has done, what it's going to do, we will not stand for terrorism at all, foreign or domestic. We're the tip of the spear, we will not falter.
The new images coming in, F-18 fighter jets racing across the skies over northern Iraq.
The first strike, 12:45 p.m.
Sharing details at this point. We're just saying that a number of our...
The United States has spent weeks trying to persuade Arab states to take a military role against the jihadists. Their involvement in the strikes in Syria is a major development.
ISIS is a threat to almost every country in the region, and from that perspective at least they've decided this is the number one threat. We'll get back to squabbling amongst ourselves after this has happened, but for now we need to deal with this, and partly because the US has demanded that it happen.
Yesterday the Foreign Minister Walid al-Muallim received a letter from his American counterpart John Kerry via the Iraqi Foreign Minister, in which he informed him that the United States would target the terrorist group ISIS in Syria.
Islamic State has battled through vast areas of Iraq and Syria in recent weeks. It's released numerous videos showing military prisoners being shot.
Paid a price for not doing that in what we see happening with ISIS.
And American and British civilians being beheaded. It still holds a number of Western hostages.
US Navy fighter jets launching airstrikes from the Persian Gulf.
The Pentagon has begun planning for airstrikes using both manned and unmanned aircraft to attack ISIS targets inside Syria.
Will Syria soon be in play as the U.S. steps up its attacks on ISIS militants?
The United States, with the support of 5 Arab nations, has carried out airstrikes.
Tomahawk cruise missiles fired from a US Navy warship were part of a multi-pronged attack which also saw fighters and bombers deployed against Islamic State targets. Aftermath of last night's airstrikes on one village in northern Syria. It's not clear what or where exactly the target was, but the damage is significant. As yet, there's been no official assessment of the military impact of these raids.
Headquarters of ISIS, United States Navy ships fired missiles.
This amateur video of the impact was shot in northern Syria. The targets were jihadist command and control positions and supply lines. The US began strikes against Islamic State in Iraq last month. but now it's attacking them in Syria with the help of 5 Arab states.
Navy FA-18 struck first.
Operating aboard the USS George H.W. Bush today in the Arabian Gulf.
Not just of its pilots, but also of its bomb crews, preparing the next wave of munitions.
Our troops fired 2 more airstrikes on Iraq yesterday.
Oh, don't you hear me cry?
Earlier this morning, the U.S. Navy's Twitter account posted a link to this video of the USS Arleigh Burke launching Tomahawk cruise missiles. The Arleigh Burke is based in Norfolk.
Your next course of fire is 5 rounds in 5 minutes at the bottom right target. Alright. Shooter, with your rifle, come up to a comfortable kneeling position. Alright.
Yeah, as it stands right now, I mean, this ship is a beacon of hope. It's a beacon of American people's resolve, our determination to, fight terrorism. I mean, we don't back down. We're not scared, and that's what terrorism is. It feeds off of fear. So we want to make sure that, this ship right here continues to be that light, that spear that pierces through that fear and shows the world that, we're not scared. We're not worried about anybody trying to come up against the United States. So that's what the Arleigh Burke class destroyer is here for. That's what we do.
We've done this for 25 years, and now that we're upgraded, and we did it very well during those 25 years with everyone that came before us. But now with the new upgrades, we're looking to get at least another 20 years out of the ship. So America can rest assured that capabilities that we've built into this new upgrade, we're going to be able to shield them from any kind of threat that ISIS or whoever else is out there can throw at us. Can definitely do that with this new platform.
Boom, 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 boom. Gonna shoot you right down.
Hard, fast rule that we can't turn to port. It's very specific about what it says. You cannot turn to port for a vessel on your port side. Avoid it out.
Boom, 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 boom. I like the way you walk. I like the way you talk. When you walk that walk and you talk that talk, you knock me out right off of my feet. Come on and shake, shake it, baby. Shake it up, baby. Shake it, baby. Now, baby. Shake it, baby. I don't mean, baby. Shake it, baby. You're driving me crazy. Shake it, baby.
First off, streaming. That's not something that we get to do often. Whenever we do it, the sailors are actually engaged because they get to actually do their warfare area. This ship is capable of many different warfare areas. Some warfare areas like air, surface, you can actually see your target coming in. You can see your plane flying in. You can see the surface ship out there. However, when you're talking anti-submarine warfare, you cannot see the submarine under the water. So your ears have to be your eyes. And so the sailors really, we don't get to go out and do that too often. So whenever we get the chance to actually do it, they actually enjoy it and they actually learn a lot from it.
The way you walk, the way you talk.
I've only been here for a year and a half, but it's enough time to see how the sailors work together, how the different departments and the different systems on the ship work together. to complete the mission. Everyone has their part, and sometimes it's hard to see that as a sailor. My guys, for example, we refuel the ship. We land the helos for ASW. We anchor the ship to hold us off the coast of a hostile country. We drive the ship in any situation. It doesn't change. The bosun mates, they get up there and they drive. So everyone has their part on a ship. Everyone's part of the warfighting effort.
2, 1, launch order. All stations TV, weapon away, no apparent casualties, time 191057.
Shake it up, baby. Shake it, baby. Wow. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it up, baby.
Gauge 61 RPM line. Gauge 61 RPM. Indicating 61 RPM line. Indicating 61 RPM.
The most important thing I see that this ship does extremely well is just the teamwork aspect. You know, we've accomplished so much over the past 2 years since I've been on board that you know, it wouldn't get done without the teamwork.
Just proving what we can do to the enemy, protect the ship. It's one of the most exhilarating things. There's a lot of prep work before that, but once we actually do it, it's unbelievable. It's not just weapons department that can do this though. It's a ship as a whole. We need supply department, navigation, everybody. Navigation to get us there, supply to get us the supplies, to keep our gear working. All of us come together. It's like a puzzle. We can't work without, if we're missing one piece, the puzzle's not ever going to come together. So it's almost like we're essentially like one unit, one cohesive unit.
Making sure that the mission is getting done. And I think the most important aspect is the sailors themselves. Without the sailors doing all the work on on the deck plates, we're not going to be as successful as we are.
When we're out there training, doing our gunnery exercise, practicing what we should be doing, what we're built for, weapons department, shooting our 50 caliber, 25, our Sea-Wiz, our 5-inch, everything.
When this old world starts getting me down and people are just too much for me to face, I climb way up to the top of the stairs and all my cares just drift right into space. On the roof it's peaceful as can be, and there the world below can't bother me. Let me tell you now, when I come home feeling tired and weak, I go up where the air is fresh and sweet. I get away from the hustling crowd and all that rat race noise down in the street. On the roof, the only place I know where you just have to wish to make it so. Let's go up on the roof. At night the stars put on a show for free, and darling, you can share it all with me. I keep on telling you right smack dab in the middle of town, I found a paradise that's trouble-proof.
camaraderie aboard the ship helps us to get through the day-to-day. We also have a lot of fun events that are hosted by our MWR, from golf on the flight deck, a very unique thing, to board game night on the mess decks. There are always events that are going on to help alleviate the stress, although it can't fully replace being away from home. The camaraderie of the crew helps to mitigate that feeling of loneliness of being away.
Sometimes days are tough with my sailors, and we have A to do, B to do, C to do, and sometimes not enough time to get all this done, but we find a way to get it done. And it's really frustrating until we realize there's a bigger picture, and the bigger picture is to protect America, protect our people, protect our families. We work hard, but we also play hard. We have picnics, we golf, we play basketball, steel beach picnics, we go out to sea and go to ports. We have a lot of fun, but at the end of the day we realize why we're here, and it's the mission. And once we see the big picture, nothing can stop us.
This is the rhythm of my life, oh yeah, the rhythm of my life.
So close. After the carpet. Come back.
Once someday let your heart stop. Wake up where the clouds are far behind. Where trouble melts like lemon drops, high above the chimney top. That's where you'll find me.
There you go.
Well done, well done.
That's why I wanted 3.
So 4th of July also happens to be the day that the ship got commissioned, and what a better way to celebrate freedom and democracy. I mean, you build a destroyer and you commission it on the 4th of July. I think that says everything about the way we think in this country and why I love it so much. I mean, there's no better way of telling your enemy, hey, we're gonna strike you, and we're gonna strike you first with the capabilities that this, type of platform has, and we're gonna show you that we're not afraid, and we're gonna celebrate it on our birthday, basically. So
down at the Nauticus, that was a great time for us. Definitely a humbling experience, I think, for the rest of the crew, because I mean, this is 25 years of history on the ship, so we definitely, think that we're one of a kind. Everyone likes to think they're unique, but then you get here and you're like, oh man, so-and-so used to do this job before me, and even the captain of the coal was, the ops prior to, so that was something that was really interesting to me. So, I mean, it was very humbling to see where they all came from, and big shoes to fill, so I definitely am honored. I'm definitely in awe of everything that this ship has done, and I'm glad that I was able to be on board and able to support the ship in that venture.
Burke, the man. All right. Now the ship. These Arleigh Burke class DDGs also represent toughness in the most literal sense. These ships were built tough right from the beginning and prepared diligently. There, again, Admiral Burke, the man. The USS Arleigh Burke, the ship, and her crew that have allowed this ship to reach her potential, embody initiative, to challenge ourselves, to channel our inner Arleigh Burke, to think radically, to think differently about how to continue to adapt our Navy to the challenges that we will face.
So Arleigh Burke, I think, would be excited to see that the legacy he built while he was a naval officer, it still lives on in this ship. I mean, they called him 31 knot Burke for a reason, and you know, these ships, like you said, they're built to fight, and we're going to continue to fight as far as we can into the future.
When we were able to pay tribute to that legacy on Independence Day weekend, exactly a quarter century later, you know, what tops that? That's a once-in-a-lifetime deal that you just won't get again, and maybe a 50-year anniversary, but I guarantee you this crew will be long gone, then I know I will.
The birth of the Arleigh Burke and the birth of America, it's a coincidental contrast. It's weird because, you know, July 4th, they both share the same birthday, and they both mean so much, and I'm just essentially happy to be a part of it.
There is a lot of uncertainty in the world today which Americans are rightly concerned about. Rogue nations, terrorist threats, other nations that are trying to expand their boundaries. However, no matter what happens in the future, Arleigh Burke will always be vigilant and at the ready to defend America and its allies and the value system of America.
We'll be doing this for a long time. Arleigh Burke's gonna keep doing it. Old crews and crew now, we understand that we're just gonna go forward. No matter what acts of terror come towards us, we're not gonna stop. We're gonna keep pushing and pushing and pushing, and you're gonna get the message one day, and the American people can feel safe knowing that the Arleigh Burke is out to sea protecting our freedom.
I joined the Navy to give back, to be part of the warfighting effort. In America, we have so many opportunities, so many freedoms, and it wouldn't be possible without the sailors who go out to sea, who work every single day on making this warfighting ship a better ship, a mission-capable ship. I joined to lead those people so that we could give other Americans those same opportunities that we all grew up with, those same freedoms. That's what warfighting is.